Remember in December of 2022, it was announced that Taylor Swift will be making her feature film directorial debut and that she would be directing her own screenplay that she wrote. She wrote a screenplay on spec and would direct it. This was December of 2022. And then a couple months later, during Oscar season, she got to do Directors on Directors and interviewed Martin McDonough. Now, director Martin McDonough was nominated for The Banshees of Inisherin. He had also been nominated for Three Billboards Outside of Ebbing, and he did In Bruges. I mean, we're talking about, a stalwart director. And it was a head scratcher because everybody was like, how's Taylor Swift interviewing Martin McDonough? It just seemed so weird and out of left field. Of course, director Martin McDonough was very gracious in that interview. It's on YouTube. Taylor Swift's no pushover. Like, she's a pop diva, but she also has a mean pen. She is a really good writer, but she's an even better storyteller. She's directed a short that premiered at Tribeca Film Festival. I can understand why she would get a chance to direct. Don't get me wrong, but it was just really weird. Like, is it in development hell? I don't know. Her producing partners were Matthew Greenfield and David Greenbaum, who at that time were, well, a little before that, they were the co-presidents of Searchlight Pictures. You'll remember that Disney bought Searchlight in the deal when they acquired 20th Century Fox, because Searchlight was a part of 20th Century Fox. Now, David Greenfield has gone on to be the president of live action, I believe, with Disney, and Matthew Greenbaum is still working on projects with Searchlight under the Disney banner, of course. But no mention of what's going on with Taylor Swift's feature film directorial debut. Now, this happens all the time. I mean, she could still be working on the script or whatever. It's not in pre-production or anything like that. But the announcement was made and then there was no movement, and they were just, quote unquote, kind of propping her up, positioning her for this feature film, and then just nothing. No movement whatsoever. No casting announcement, no plot information, like nothing. And so it got me to thinking, stay with me. Taylor Swift's been implicated, and I just use that for lack of a better word, implicated in this Justin Baldoni versus Blake Lively saga, really, because she was instrumental in kind of co-signing, quote unquote, the rooftop scene of It Ends With Us that Justin Baldoni believed Blake wrote, but turns out that her husband Ryan Reynolds wrote, right? And he might have even wrote it during the strike, which kind of scabs the actual writer, Christy Hall. Christy Hall is a director. She had her directorial debut last year, and she is a formidable writer. And she's been rewritten by Ryan Reynolds, at least one of her scenes. But anyway, don't let me get off on a tangent. Ryan Reynolds also co-wrote Deadpool and Wolverine that has a character named Nicepool. You know all this by now. And Baldoni believes that this was a dig at him. Evidence, it would seem, leads back to it being a parody of Justin Baldoni. But in this movie, there's also a character called Ladypool. Now, leading up to the release of Deadpool, a lot of people online believed that Ladypool was Taylor Swift. Now, it's credited to Blake Lively. People still believed that that was Taylor Swift in that Ladypool suit, even though the voiceover work was done by Blake Lively. If Taylor Swift was in that suit and shot and killed Nicepool, it implicates her even further. But the reason why I bring all of this up in this weird tangent is because that's a Marvel movie. Deadpool and Wolverine is a Disney movie. Justin Baldoni's legal team, or attorney Brian Friedman, sent spoliation letters to Disney to preserve all possible evidence. If it comes out that Taylor Swift was in that suit, Disney obviously would know. Disney would know if she was in that suit, right? That could be why Taylor Swift has no movement on this quote unquote feature film directorial debut. Because Searchlight is under Disney, and Disney might be trying to distance themselves as much as they can from this Blake Lively versus Baldoni and Baldoni versus Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds saga that somehow Taylor Swift is a part of.